Hey, so you're here because you want to learn confident communication. Fantastic. Learning to communicate confidently, it's one of the most important things anyone can learn. How you communicate, it changes what people think of you, it changes the experiences you have, it changes the opportunities that become available to you, all based on how you communicate. You know, I know this one guy and he is super qualified. He has really big qualifications from an amazing, very prestigious university. But he can't get a job. He really struggles in interviews because he cannot communicate how talented and how great he is. And the thing is, most of you clicking on this video, you have a drive for self-improvement. You want to improve yourself. You want to be a better communicator. Many of you watching will not be speaking English as your first language. So there's something in you that wants to learn and wants to be better. And I congratulate you for that. And I encourage you to exercise this drive you have to be a better communicator and to be a better person. But when you speak to people, they don't know that. People only know what you communicate to them. And that's why communication is so important. We need to communicate effectively and properly, and we need to communicate in a way that shows our best qualities, and we need to communicate confidence and competence and assertiveness. And so how do we do that? I mean, first of all, you'll be missing out on thousands of opportunities if your communication is not good. And I'll give you an example. In marketing, you can have the best product in the world, but if you're not marketing it correctly, if you don't have good advertisement, if you do not have a good packaging, then no one's interested. It's the same with speaking, it's the same with communicating. You could be so talented and so amazing, but if you cannot communicate that to people, then they're not going to know it. So how do we communicate confidently? How do we communicate in a way that shows off our greatest attributes, which shows off our character? So there's two things, confidence and communication. We need to understand both of these principles if we're to do them correct. Now first, confidence. What is confidence? What is confidence? Confidence it's illusory. It's not something you hold, it's not something you touch, it's not something you feel or something you taste. It's not something that you have. I think of it as something that you do. Now, where does confidence happen? Confidence does not happen in your language. As a language teacher, an English language teacher, people come to me and they say, I want to be confident in my interview. So I want to work on my accent, I want to work on my pronunciation, I want to increase my vocabulary, but that is not going to make you more confident. You can have an excellent vocabulary, but it doesn't mean you have confidence. Again, you could have a terrible vocabulary, you could have terrible accent, terrible articulation, but you could still be communicating confidently because confidence transcends language. And in my opinion, confidence is more important. They say you don't have a second chance to make a first impression. And people make the strongest impression of you within the first few seconds. People have already made a strong impression about who you are and whether they can trust you or not within the first 10 seconds. Maybe you have not even begun speaking. So being confident doesn't change who you are, it just changes how you act and how you express. And you acting and expressing is not done with the words, it's done with the body, it's done with your tonality, it's done with the speed of which you speak, the volume of which you speak, and how you control the silences. Now I'm going to give you a few tips, very simple tips that you can apply instantly to make your speech more confident. and people will take you more seriously. I encourage you, try this. Try these tips I'm going to give you. Go to the supermarket, go to the bank, just talk to people, talk to strangers, and do these confident communication exercises that I give you, and see how it changes people reacting to you. Okay, so we've spoken about confidence, what it is. Now, how do we make our communication confident? So the next question is, what is communication? Communication is only 7% words. Words is a very small part of communication. So when we're talking about vocabulary and grammar, people work on that to become more confident, but they're working very hard on a very small section of communication. 7% of communication is words. So what is the rest of it? We have tonality. Tonality is very important. Tonality is 23% of communication. 23% of communication is the tone of how you speak. I would include in that your intonations, the speed, the volume. And then what is the other 60% of communication? The other 60% of communication is your body language. How do you move your body? Are you comfortable in your body? Are you in charge of your body? Or do you kind of crumple and depress into a safe little ball and not expressing yourself? So these are things that really affect what people think of us. Most of communication is how you say, how you speak. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. How you do it is more important than what you do with communication. So now a few tips on how to improve how you speak. Okay, so focusing first on tonality. I'm going to give you one tip for tonality just now and one tip for body language. And they're powerful tips. With your tonality, we have a technique called down talk. Down talk is when the tonality of your speech decreases at the end of your sentence. When people ask a question, their tonality tends to increase. For example, do you know where the bathroom is? Do you know where Starbucks is? Do you know what time it is? See that increase? It shows uncertainty. You're asking a question, you're uncertain, you don't know the answer. Now, people tend to use uptalk even when they're not asking questions, because it makes them sound more like soft and safe and friendly and more approachable. But people will not take you as seriously or attribute confidence to you when you uptalk. I encourage you, watch videos of presidents speak. Regardless of what you think of their politics, just watch how they communicate. These are confident people, they have large responsibilities. Watch how they communicate, watch how they speak, watch how they control the silence. Now, the opposite of uptalk is downtalk. This is when your tonality decreases. And I'll just give you an example. Someone asks you, hey, do you know what 17 times 34 is? It's 432. Did that sound confident? I have no idea what that is. It's probably not. I don't know what the answer is. But I said it like I did know what the answer was. People don't know if you feel confident inside or not. They just know if you sound confident. Does your speech inspire confidence? What if someone said, what's 2 add 2? and you said 4, 4, 4, it doesn't sound confident. It doesn't sound like you're sure. Even though the answer's correct, it does not inspire confidence in what you just said. Whereas if someone said, what's 2 add 2? And you said 18. It sounds more confident. It's, even though it's completely wrong, maybe the person you're talking to will need to think, 2 add 2 is 18? That's an example. It's a silly example, but I think you catch the drift. Speaking down at the end of your sentences, it shows somewhat of an assertiveness and a confidence, and you're sure of what you're saying. And when you go for job interviews and when you're speaking to people, having your tonality decrease will show that you're more confident in what you're saying. So that is my tip for tonality, is down talk. Now I'll also give you a tip for your body language and how you express. When people are depressed, or they are scared, or when they're frightened, when they are anxious, when they are nervous, their body language closes. They might cross their arms and they might like kind of shrug, put their shoulders in, and they kind of crawl up into a little ball of like a little safe zone. Someone's body language says a lot about them. For example, people with their shoulders high, you can kind of tell they're more tense, they're more stressed. I want you to relax your body and roll your shoulders back and maybe stick your chest out, and you can have your chin up. See this openness of the body, the openness of your body language. It shows a comfort in your body. It shows a comfort in your surroundings and in your environment. You seem more comfortable where you stand. And when you speak and you have an openness in your language, it shows you're not hiding anything. People feel more comfortable around you. They feel more at ease. They feel like they're talking to someone who is in charge of the ground in the area that they're standing in. Whether you're confident or not, you can act confidently and people cannot tell the difference. Fake it till you make it. If you don't feel confident, just act confident. No one can tell the difference. And when you act confidently, people will treat you as if you're a confident individual. And when people treat you as if you're confident, it will open up more opportunities for you, and that will make you feel confident on the inside. So the transformation of confidence starts from outside the body and then it comes back in. You start to feel more confident inside. I hope this information in this video was of benefit to you. I encourage you, please try these things and you will notice, I believe, a massive difference in how people react to you and how they treat you. Try these things on strangers, people in stores, people at the bank, people who don't know you, because they don't know that you're not confident. And when you act confidently, see how it changes their expectation of you, how it changes their perception of you. Yeah, opens up a whole world of different opportunity just based on how you act. If you found the information in this video of benefit to you, I encourage you, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. My plan is to make more of this content. Also, I do private one-on-one coaching if you're serious about taking your communication to the next level. But please stick on this path, see what doors it opens for you. And homework, let me give you some homework. Watch speakers, watch public speakers, watch TEDx videos, watch presidents talk, watch these political activists speak. Just watch people who are in charge, who have a status of a leader, or as, you know, whoever you like to watch. Even if you don't like them, just watch how they communicate. Become conscious of how confident communicators present themselves and how they speak. Even watch how your boss speaks. Watch how other people speak and communicate, and think, how does that make me feel? Do I feel comfortable around them? Do I feel safe around them? Do I feel like they're confident? Are they inspiring to me? So ask these questions and have a great day.